Tēnā tātou ka tōna mihi nui, and that means welcome everyone. Welcome and hello. I'm Carmelle Riley, the founder of Manifestors Unite, and it is my great pleasure to bring you this wonderful interview with a speaker who's going to bring so much insight into this upcoming full moon Te Raukura Nui in Pisces. So it's all about spirituality, so it's a big time, and I'm super excited to share this with you. Ka mihi Te Raukura Turuki. Te Raukura, thanks for joining today.
You're welcome.
And for those of you who don't know Te Raukura Turuki, she is a Galactic Grandmother, a High Priestess of the Galactic Grandmother movement of Mu. And she is leading evolution, re-evolution of Grandmothers of Mu energy. It is my great pleasure to have her here and for you to join with us here, wherever you are in the globe. Welcome. Come with her. Let's go into the Grandmother Modi.
Kia ora, what a beautiful introduction, sister. Thank you so much. Well, it's my pleasure to be here. And for those of you who have been tuning into the work, this is the first light prophecy that we're fulfilling in real time. Aotearoa, land of first light, leading the way in certain areas, certainly in the Maramataka and the star navigation, spiraling on this great spiral going up northbound on the vertical pole. And so this is what's in the land. It's in our DNA. It's waking up. We're waking up the ancient Mu, the Mutanga. And this whenua is the ancient Te Wheke or Te Muturangi. And so there's something in that. It used to be a huge civilization that was once not only of this planet, where there was one consciousness, and it was a very high consciousness, but it was also a galactic consciousness that tunes into all the other star systems in the cosmos. So it's an alignment and an attunement. And this is what we're weaving here from this portal.
I love that. Which you have reminded me that I'm going to slow us down a little bit, and I'm going to ask all of us just to come into the heart space. And I will just give us a little karakia, which is attuned to the golden spiral. And then we will get into the busy korero that is to follow. So just coming within, ka te kori, ka te po, ka te ao, whetuatia, ki te rangi, te karoa, ki te ao nui nā hau e whā, ki te whaiao, ki te ao marama, ki te whaiao, ki te ao marama, ki te whaiao, ki te ao marama, ti hei mauri ora.
Ti hei mauri ora.
And that karakia, for those who don't have familiarity with our reo, is around the golden heart of this beautiful spiral galaxy, barred spiral galaxy that we are lucky enough to be on the arm of in our little solar system with our sun star. And we are going to get into a little bit about how my sister and her movement of the Grandmothers of Mu are leading this out with such starlight. So in this very deep interview, we're going to go deeply into the cosmos. We're going to go into the grandmother energies. We're going to go into Wairua, which is spirituality. This is particularly if you're a starseed or if you're climbing into this conscious ascension. And don't expect it to go step by step, because that's not the way we roll. When we're spiraling, it spirals. So make sure you listen to the end, because there are some codes for this full moon that is happening, Te Raukura Nui, that is happening on the 8th of September, and we're going to get really into some of the practices that can help you, as well as I'll be sharing Te Raukura's networks, because she is amassing an evolution, a revolution and a movement, and you want to be getting something there. So let's get into it. Amen. Can you explain, Te Raukura, when this knowing of this, the formalization of this grandmother's movement began to take shape for you? You've had many evolutions.
Aye, definitely, sister. So this has been an evolution, and it really started to anchor in 2022 when I was down in Castle Hill, which is also known as Te Kohanga or Puratawhiti, and I had a massive big activation there with a standing stone called the Maratini stone, who I hadn't realised at the time was carrying the consciousness of the Pounamu, and she is kaitiaki of Hine Aotearoa, who is the blue Pounamu and the blue Pounamu doorways. So that's when everything started to elevate and gravitate in a higher way. And then the realization that the blue Pounamu was the blue diamond, and all the other things that started happening from there. So she was the kaitiaki of the rainbow bridge, the makura, the white rainbow, which is the time before time, and is here to help humanity activate their stargates, their voices. I'm actually wearing a piece of blue Pounamu at the moment, and this is actually a stargate key, so it makes sound when I blow into it. And so
Share. Let's have a...
I hope it works, because sometimes it doesn't.
Doesn't matter if it doesn't.
Did you hear that?
I felt it, and
you might not be able to hear it because of our sound settings. Actually, I just realised, because it sometimes blocks it out. But there was a distinct high-pitched sound. So I play this whenever I'm in sacred sites, and and from there, the development of the prophecy started to unfold. The Hawaii tapu map presented itself to me. The blue diamond revealed itself in the map. And I'm actually wearing the map today. So this is, this is the upgraded version of it. And this is the ancient star. We call it the ancient star navigator's map. And it's got the blue diamond in the middle here. You can see it just in here. And it's also it is the Merkaba. So it's also showing us the Merkaba context. This here is the spiral that spirals. There is actually a golden spiral that connects in with that, and it spins it. And this is the portal of Venus, and this is a whole teaching. It's become a huge, big teaching. That's all part of the Mu Mystery School, which is all part of the alignment that's taking place. It's just so happens to have anchored this whole new spectrum of consciousness, which is Aotearoa, land of first light, led through us being recognizing that we are the living Pounamu, we are the living doorways, and that all started coming to light much more of recent times when we discovered that we are the living waters, and the Waitaha talk about it all the time. They talk about us being living, standing waters. And more than that, we're crystalline in nature. So more recently, there's been discovery about us being H3O2, which is the plasma and the crystalline in the waters, which confirms what we are.
How do you ground this knowledge? Because the timelines of the earth, the timelines of the stars, the timelines of spirals, the timelines of the galaxy, which is just so infinitely massive. Like, if that is all flowing through your personal Merkaba, how do you integrate that?
Oh, good question, sister. Well, we are definitely learning how to master through breath, through presence, through grounding, through sound. Sound's a huge part of this work. Sound is really starting to give us keynotes to be able to anchor certain things, and when we anchor it, we stay in a constant living flow. And when we do claim ourselves and actually claim ourselves under the crown of Venus is what I've also been shown, that we are literally reclaiming our full sacred divine sovereignty. We then are fully protected, and when our Māori is fully activated, which is our Mother Kundalini, our fire waters is also another word for them. We literally hold this frequency in ourselves all the time, and we have active dream time. Even in the dream time, we are highly conscious. We are anchoring it through being channels, really, of the living light. And I do believe that the grounding happens just from being on the living earth. So we literally become anchors between heaven and earth. We become the rainbow bridge.
I love that. And you're connecting with a lot of other beings who are really feeling this movement, aren't you? What do you have to say to anyone who might be confronting this particular challenge, and how does stepping into the grandmother energy help you to integrate if you're just, becoming more conscious?
Oh, kia ora for asking that, sister. There's a lot of layers to that question. First of all, that was like 1,000 questions, but first of all, I just wanted to say that I am a grandmother. I'm a physical grandmother.
Oh,
but more than that, and I love my mokos, and I'm a grandmother of many, not just my own, but of the planet. So this is a consciousness that we come into realization, I believe, as a part of our maturity. So even young wahine can receive the grandmother energy. So it's not just exclusively for grandmothers who are physical grandmothers, but as a leader of this work, there's a lot of examples one needs to set in their own life. And I know people are looking, part of which is to be the living light and to be positive and uplifting. So having certain, resonant fields around us and living a certain way that help to maintain our equilibrium and help to uplift others who are around us is part of this. And sharing the positive messaging, because we're in a world where there's a lot of stuff that's going on, and we could easily slip into the negative and start projecting. But the realization that we are showing a new way of being, and when there's enough of us that gather in a certain frequency and vibration, then we get to shift the consciousness in the direction in which we are operating on this planet. When there's enough of us that become part of this living field, then we get to shift the switch. And that's where the attention is actually gathering us. And we've also got a group that is an online Facebook group, and I'm not sure if everybody who's listening here is interested in that kind of frequency, but this is an alignment that takes place. We've got the Galactic Grandmothers of Mu, and it's open to all the star seeds that are out there, all the dreamers, all the weavers that are part of this new consciousness that's rising. So that's hopefully the attempt in answering some of those questions.
One immediate thing that strikes me is the way that you have, well, there's a number of things, but the way that you have adorned yourself, the way that your surroundings are, the purification of your own body systems, and, you know, like these holding of these sacred times. This has always been something I've known about you, but has this become even more of a divine practice, and can other people learn from that?
Kia ora. Yes, absolutely. This has been a discipleship. So part of our commitment is to ourselves, making ourselves the best version of who we can be. So that's our languaging, how we speak, how we show up in the world, how we eat, you know, eating consciously, taking care of our body temples. These are our temples, and we want to adorn them the best that we can. So exercising, nurturing our bodies, having enough rest, making sure we don't, you know, kind of party up too at all, you know, probably at all in some situations, but yeah, so always being really aware of just how we are feeding our soul, yeah, because essentially that is the most important thing. And also I always like to show up in my best, in the best version of who I be in that moment. So, you know, I'm probably a bit of a celebrity downtown. I walk around like I'm just about to, somebody said to me, you just look like you're on the New York runway the other day when I went into the supermarket, because I'm like dressing myself up, wearing my nice boots and, you know, hats and things like that, and just always getting up and wanting to be the best version of myself. So
I love that. I love that inspiration. And maybe critics are out there going, oh, that's just you girls doing that. But it isn't, is it? It is a wahine energy, which is a different thing to just dressing up as a girl. The wahine energy is receptive. The wahine energy is light. The wahine energy is love. The wahine energy is peace. The wahine energy goes right back to the wombs and the hearts of the galaxy. And do you believe that by leading that out, that there can be transformations for people?
Totally. There is a bit of responsibility with being a grandmother by setting the right examples, and I sort of see it as this grandmother's not going to be like any other grandmother sitting there knitting and, you know, cooking meals all the time. This grandmother is going to have some fun, is going to go out bushwalking, get to the highest heights, go and do sacred site journeys, dance, you know, not be afraid to express sensuality, because that's actually something we've been shamed around. And I feel that is what needs to be activated in us, not as something smutty or toxic, but something to be proud of. You know, we need to be proud of our sensuality. We are sensual beings after all. We came here to create and to love, not for any other shit that's going on, you know, like this is we got a little bit confused on the way and went into judgment and persecution, but actually, you know, this is it. We have to be mature in our approach and be able to just express ourselves through our creativity. And if it means that we want to dance, you know, and some of us love dancing, especially wahine. And so I dance at the gym, you know, I put my headphones on and I'm like dancing away while I'm, you know, in between weight sets. I don't even care what people think. And I have noticed that there's more and more wahine that are doing that too. There's more and more wahine dancing online, expressing themselves. So I hope there is a ripple effect that happens from this, because this is what it is. We need to express ourselves in our beauty, in our rawness, in our sensuality, and not be afraid.
I love that. That is such a beautiful message. And if you're listening up to this, you've actually been leading this with your dancing as well. And I got to say, YouTube loves dancing. So on Instagram, I think I got all my first subscribers by doing dancing videos with the dog. But yeah, no, that is a beautiful message that, you know, to lighten with dance and spiral your hips, because that is the natural code of our galaxy anyway. And also, if you're a woman that's, you know, like, you know, not in that fresh bud of the rose, that just carry on dancing anyway. I love that message. It's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. I know that we're going to keep this short and we'll come back. We're going to do some more collabs. We're going to do some more galactic channeling collabs. Just in this next 3 months of the year, because I know this is always quite good for people to know, what are you feeling into are going to be the themes that are going to take us through to Te Kori on the 18th of December, when the galaxy opens and really starts to stream some more. What are the themes that you're feeling and seeing and hearing and dancing into that can give encouragement for others?
Well, I'm feeling the spiral in a big way, not only in our hips, but also in our breath. And everything we do, we need to start spiraling and feeling the flow of no longer staying in stasis, which is what half the world is doing. You know, they're just looping and staying in the same place and complaint and never really moving up the spiral. So we're moving up the spiral, and if we can visualize that as well, and whenever we're breathing, doing the spiral breath, imagining the breath coming in a spiral and exiting in a spiral, but always traveling up the Po. Also, I see the convergence of the prophecies taking place, because we're in, you know, like, this is one of the final chapters of the great shift. And here, being in the land of first light, we are leading the way of the key node for the great shift. So there's more responsibility for us to really be standing up, especially as Māori, wahine Māori. There's something in there with the womb, with the grandmother way, and particularly with the waiata, reclaiming the crown as well, of the true mantle of what that means, not as an iwi corporation, but rather as a consciousness, because we are all living standing waters. So it's reclaiming ourselves as that, but also with this big red moon rainbow prophecy coming up on Monday. I mean, that's only a few days away. And that is literally going to be the shifting of the tides, where all the whānau from all around the planet start coming together in unison and no longer just kept separated through traditions and cultures, but rather the convergence of that. So we are needing to do that. Part of the mission of this first light, and even this blue diamond is, which is an architecture and it's an archetype. It's actually the convergence of all the archetypes. We are accessing our light body map. So it connects us to a quantum rainbow architecture, our homoluminosity, and we do that through acknowledging our Vedic line, our Asiatic line, our Kemetic line, and our Amazonian line. So there's a reason why those portals have been placed on this map. And this was done by a Māori battalion soldier who studied in the Temple of Philae in Egypt for 7 years after World War II. Wow. And there's a reason why this has become like an architecture of the universal body, because we have to reclaim those parts of ourselves in order to be whole and start to dream in the new alignments. So this is what I see. I see Aotearoa being the Garden of Eden, and many whānau coming here because we've got some nodal points on this whenua, which is the ancient Mu. We're carrying the consciousness of Mu here on this whenua, in this whenua. And also many Māori are stepping up, especially Māori wahine, stepping up into roles where they are living, breathing the new way. And so that's what I'm seeing, honey. Yeah.
In terms of that stepping up, if someone is listening and they really want to connect into this evolution and do some dancing spiral, dancing with you, what is the best way for, and obviously the links will be here below, but what is the best way for someone to come and be part of this great galactic dance that you're leading out?
Yeah, the best way is probably connecting with me either through my YouTube channel, which is the Galactic Grandmothers of Mu. There's also my Facebook, which is Te Raukura Turuki. My name is right in the corner here. Otherwise, I am in transition of changing my website to the Mu Movement. There's going to be a whole platform there, so keep your eyes out for that. But in the meantime, any of those ways, and also I'll be putting the email address down here too.
Thank you for that. And I'm going to ask you just to seal us with this, seal the korero that we've had, and inviting our listeners, whether you're watching this when it airs first or whether you're watching it later, just to really reach into the gratitude for yourself and to take this beautiful blessing as something that you can carry forward in your standing waters, the waters of your body, the blood of your body, all of the temples of your body, and really to receive it at that molecular DNA level, because you have a high priestess here and she is going to share something absolutely beautiful and delicious. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for joining, and he mihi kia manawa. So great heart. Thank you from me, and I'm going to leave you to close our session today.
So this is a waiata from our beautiful ancestress and high priestess, Dr. Rose Rangimārie Turuki Pere, and it is called Aio, and it means peace to the world. And she also talks about joy to the world, love to the world, and truth to the world. So this is what the song is about. Aio ki te arangi, aio ki te aorangi, aroha ki te aorangi, aroha ki te aorangi, kua 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 ki te aorangi, kua 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 ki te aorangi, po'ono ki te aorangi, po'ono ki te aorangi, aio tui a ki runga, tui a ki raro, tui a I te herenga tangata, tihei Māoriastrology.
Dear friends, I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. If you have any questions, make sure you pop them below. If you want to connect, the connection points are below. Make sure you reach out to Te Raukura Turuki in Aotearoa, New Zealand. She's just awesome and such a delight to have. And be sure to become a subscriber so you get all the up-to-date videos before everybody else. Thank you for listening. Mauri ora. See you next time.